Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to a episode where I'm actually hosting, bull sitting here on the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. Thank you guys and everybody for coming through. Loke is actually not here with us this week strictly because he is at a wedding with family. So he's doing his thing. But you know I had to come through and do my thing. So I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I got some fantastic guests here with me today that I decided to call up on. First of all, shout out to 108 Dragon for coming through. I appreciate you, brother. Mr. Lemetheus is in the building. So it's going to get real interesting, and it's always going to be 100 for that, brother. So I'm really happy to have him. And then we also got the man from the Xbox International Podcast, the guy that tells you what is prohibited and what is not prohibited per flight. So really happy to have you here, Silent Cypher. What's cracking? How you doing? I see Lemon had to get going for a quick second, but he'll be right back in just a moment. Silent, what's cracking with you, brother? What's been going on? How you doing?
Hey man, thanks again for having me on today. I'm stoked. I finally got into playing some games again. I feel like I've been super busy the last little while, so it's been nice jumping into like Callisto Protocol and actually getting some time to mess around with some gaming again. I feel like for a while I was kind of off the radar, so it's been good. But it's good to be here with you guys today. It's good to get to hang out and talk about all these spicy topics that are going on recently.
Yeah, I don't know how many people checked out the thumbnail, but it's going to be a little interesting today. First of all, as you see, I'm hosting it, not Loke. So I'm going to tell you straight up right now. There is not going to be any quiz time. There's not going to be any Metacritic score. We're not doing it Loke's way. We're doing it Ham's way this time. It just is what it is. I'm not going to pretend to be another brother. I am who I am. So I am going to do this show the way I go. But Mr. Lemetheus, what's been cracking with you, brother? Have you been playing that PlayStation VR anymore? Is it already on the shelf? What's cracking with that? What what you been playing?
I spark my VR 4 times a week, man, at least.
Oh, let's go.
I like VR, you know what I'm saying? And it's good that it looks nice, you know what I'm saying? I only buy games that look nice in VR. I don't want no job simulator. You know what I'm saying? I try to buy the games that, you know, I bought it for the graphics, you know what I'm saying? And plus I like VR, so I want all the good stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying? In great company. And Loke is not here, so this podcast is extra light skin. Let's go.
Yeah, I had to point out the obvious. I feel that. I admire that about you because you don't pull back any punches. Going ahead, Matt Likes Games. What's been going on with you, brother? How you been doing? What's been happening with you? What you been playing as of lately?
Fantastic. I've been playing Ghostwire Tokyo, and again, more Vampire Survivors. But man, Ghostwire Tokyo, I've actually been really enjoying Ghostwire Tokyo. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
So when I was talking to you last night, you were playing it on PC, and then you switched over to Xbox.
Yep.
What's the comparison like in between the two of them?
I mean, on Xbox, I'm playing on regular performance mode. On PC, I can turn on like ray tracing and stuff, but like, it's smooth. It's smooth regardless of where you're playing. It looks nicer on PC if you got all the settings up, but it's still nice. And there's like 8 modes or something crazy to choose from on Xbox. You got a ton of modes, so it's pretty nice.
Just told Jez to cut the cap. The game is running fine.
I was, dude. Jez was like, "Oh, the review's weird because the game performs bad." And I'm like, "Oh boy, this is gonna be." Because I do a Series S video, and I'm like, "That's gonna be weird." And I played it, and I'm like, "This is fine. This is great." I don't know. So, works great.
All right. Well, you heard it first here, I guess. With Matt Likes Games, he says it's fine. Ain't nothing wrong. Just run up in there and give it a try. But anyways, as for myself, I've been playing Vampire Survivors like a goddamn addict. And it's not healthy at all. And I've been playing 90% of it on my Steam Deck through the Xbox app on there because, of course, I got Windows downloaded on it. The Windows deck, damn it. So I've been playing a lot of that. Tried out some Ghostwire Tokyo just on my PC the other day. Um, let's see, Gears. Oh yeah, we've been playing some Gears. Me, you, and Hard Days
Yes.
Mike has been playing Gears 5. We're running through that campaign, or at least me and Matt are again. But we're running with it with Hard Days Mike on that because I think it's his first time actually going to be completing that game, which is he's an avid Doom player. So all the people back there thinking, man, it took you that long to beat the game. Man, he's one of those folks that will play the living hell out of one game because he loves it that much. And Doom is that game for him. He is an id Software stand and he's proud about it. And I don't hate him for it because id Software,
Absolutely.
they're quality. They don't mess around. But we'll get into the whole quality thing here in a little bit, quality versus performance. But before we get into that kind of stuff, I want to talk about a few other things. One of them being a game that got announced that's supposed to be coming out. I believe it's like late July, I want to say.
July 20th.
So it's called Immortals of AVEUM. I believe that's how you pronounce it, correct, right?
I think so.
The trailer for this game looked insane. It looked insane. It was nice, shiny, a lot of shooting going on. It kind of gave me like this weird, like if I were to put 3 games in it that I felt like it had attributes of, this is gonna sound crazy as hell. But one is Ghostwire Tokyo. Because bro's like shooting with his hands. 2 is Doom Eternal. Because it's freaking insane what's going on over there. And then the third one, trying to remember. Oh, it's and this is just like the way that the game kind of looked, like appeared. Kind of Destiny-ish. If I'm gonna be honest, I felt a little Destiny in the sense of like armor and the way that they kind of the kind of swag that they carried, where they were like it was like they were built for it. They were built for battle, kind of people.
Yeah.
So it was. It's really interesting. The Twitter Immortals of AVEUM actually tweeted about this. I believe, it was yesterday. So they said, "Summon your power." July 20th, 2023. Join Jack, an elite battle mage, as he and the Immortals race to uncover AVEUM's past to save its future. Immortals AVEUM is a single-player FPS magic shooter releasing on PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. So this is a next-gen only game, or current gen at this point. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what you guys think of this, or if you guys have even heard about this. This game is made. I'm trying to remember who it's made by, but I know Electronic Arts is publishing this game. I know that for sure. So it's Ascendant Studios. It's Ascendant Studios that's making the game, and Electronic Arts is publishing it. So I'm going to go to you first, Silent Cypher. Have you heard anything about this game? Are you interested in it? Yada, yada, yada. Just go ahead.
So, I actually hadn't heard anything about this one previously, and I don't know how I missed it, because I think they actually showed it maybe a little bit back at the Video Game Awards. I saw something about it maybe having a teaser there or something. But when I was watching the trailer for it today, it looks really cool. I got excited when I saw that it was first person and that it was like a single player experience. I got a little bit nervous for a moment though, because I was afraid it was going to be more Destiny-esque, which for me, I can't do those games anymore. You know, having a wife and kids and stuff roaming around, it's hard to sit there and dedicate hours and hours into a certain game when you're playing online. And so the fact that this has like the single player element and stuff appealed to me. I'm excited about it, and I think it has a bit of that Avowed feel to it also, right? Where he's doing all the spell casting and stuff. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that'll be a good summer game to play around with. I don't think there's a ton of stuff slated for that same time frame, so that could be a really good time for that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope. What's up, Matt? What are you thinking about on it? I know you looked into it a little bit. I believe it was Hard Days Mike that posted it in our group
Yeah.
chat, and really
Yeah.
caught our eyes on it initially. So,
It-
tell us your thoughts and processes on it. Like, how did you feel after you got done seeing this?
Yeah, much like Cypher, I'd never heard of this game until, what was that, yesterday? And then I saw the trailer, and it's like I went from not hearing about this game to that is now probably day one, most likely. And that, like Silent Cypher said, that's single player FPS. That's like a perfect game for the middle of summer. Because there's probably going to be a little bit of a lull during the summer, if we're being honest. So if we can get a game like that, I'll be very, very happy. That game looks sick. I'm watching the trailer right now, actually, rewatching it, I should say. That game looks amazing.
It seems like a perfect time to drop when you're like you're like a month and a half into Diablo, and you're just like, oh man, I need something to take a break.
Yeah, and this
Perfect
could be a
drop.
great break for that. And oh man, that I can't wait to check this out. I'm interested to see a lot more about this. Like I want to see a straight up gameplay trailer because there's gameplay in this trailer, but I want to see like a dedicated gameplay trailer. I think that would be really really great. But I'm very interested in this. Very interested.
Do you guys, and before you get to this, Lamifius, before you get to this, brother, do you guys like that they kind of held out on talking about this game for so long until they were damn near ready to release? I mean, this is only like, what is this, 3 months away from the release date, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you think this approach is very attractive compared to maybe showing something and then not coming out for a few years? For a new IP, at least.
Absolutely. I
100%.
mean, look at back when Bethesda ended up doing that type of stuff with Fallout. Well, I think it was Fallout 4. They announced it
Yep.
like in June. And it came out October, I think it was.
I think it was November, very early November.
November, yeah. Yeah, so it was like it was a super quick turnaround. And granted, like that wasn't a new IP or anything, but I kind of prefer that, right? Especially with the state of gaming, the way that it's been for the last little while, especially with stuff we saw recently. Uh, it's like the more you have done before you show this game off, the more you can have a solidified launch date for me, the more excited I get. Because honestly, like it's cool to see trailers and stuff, but it feels like some of it just gets so uncertain as to when the thing's actually going to show. Like, look at a trailer for Fable, and where's Fable? Like, years later. So, something like this, where they can dive in and be like, and it's coming out in a couple months. I think that's the flawless strategy for them right now. And again, it does land in a time where there's going to be a lull. So, I think that'd be great.
All right, I'm actually going to stop everyone except Lemon. I need to hear from you, brother. What's been going on in the head about this game so far? Do you like the way they came out and announced this? Yada yada. Go on ahead, bro.
Okay, I think the game looks pretty damn cool, right? But I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I need you to show me what's coming in the future, because a lot of times, if everybody tried this, we would have so much dead news. It wouldn't work, right? So it works when one game does it. But imagine if the whole industry did that. What would we be talking about if they don't show us what's coming in a few years? Y'all agree with me with that?
There has to
I
be a
don't want
level of hype somewhere.
Right.
There's gotta
I'm
be
not
that.
trying to have these two consoles for $500 a piece and just be like, damn, they didn't say nothing about Spider-Man. Damn, we don't know what's going on with Starfield. Damn, you want to hear something. So I can't really take that stance. It is good when you hear a game like the Shadow Drop with Hi-Fi Rush. That was awesome, right? But you wouldn't want them they didn't speak about Hi-Fi Rush ever. So it's a give and take. So I don't want to say that I like this, because if everybody did it at the same time, we content creators. What the hell are we gonna talk about? You get what I'm saying? Like, it would be a drought. So I like
That's
when they
why.
just tease something. You know
That's
what I'm
why I
saying?
kind of cornered it for like new IP-ish kind of stuff. Because
Right.
if you don't know, I mean, obviously it'd be nice to know about some new IP, like
Right.
maybe a year or a year and a half before it comes out. But I feel like it's easier to do with a new IP because it's like, you don't have any
Yes, because
expectation
there's
for it
no
anyway.
sequels, there's nothing, right? So I can go with that, but I'm like an information whore. So I want all the information. I suck up information like a sponge. So I don't know if I want to sit around and wait. I want to know what's coming down the line. After we spent all this goddamn money, I want to know what we're gonna get. So I'm kind of on the other side of the fence. That's all it is.
How did this game like? What does it look like to you when you look at it? Because I explained like the kind of direction I was coming from with it, but everybody has a different, we all see the same thing, but we perceive it different.
I kind of agree with what you were saying. You kind of like took the words out of my mouth. I got that type of feel also. So it's like, it's good that it's coming out in summer because summer's usually the drought time. I think that's going to change in the coming years because with Microsoft, with all these companies, they're going to have to drop games in the summer now. It's usually holiday season is the biggest season or the beginning of the year when things slip from the previous year. They're going to have to. So it's good that it's coming out in the summer, but I think Tekken's going to come out in the summer. I think, we know Street Fighter's coming out in the summer. This game is coming out in the summer. It's a good look. It's a good look, especially during the drought. But I think that's going to change for Microsoft, definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, that was nice. Let's go on ahead and move on to the next subject, which is Ubisoft Plus being added to Xbox now. So this is interesting. Reason that it's interesting to me is because if you look on the other side, if you look over at the PlayStation, you can like if you have the extra or premium plans, you get Ubisoft Plus. But I've seen this interesting article from GameSpot. Eddie Maycook or whatever his last name is. I'm horrible with names. But he had an article saying Ubisoft explains why Ubisoft Plus can succeed without being bundled with Game Pass. Before I even read what he says, I want to know what you guys think of this and if this is even remotely attractive to you. Lemon, I want you to go first on this one, brother.
Hell no.
Damn.
Hell no. All right, let's be real here. I'm not giving you $17.99 to play just Ubisoft games. Now, I have a question. With that $17.99, right? Are these games coming day and date into that service?
Yeah, I believe so.
And how many games actually do Ubisoft put out in a year? How many?
That's the thing.
You think
is like,
I'm gonna give
what
you
game is even coming out next, right?
Yeah.
Because Skull and Bones and
over
both
$180.
Skull and Bones has been delayed how many times now?
Listen,
like 7 times by now.
listen. You know what people better look at this deal and say? Game Pass is a godsend. Because you spending $14.99 with a variety of games of all publishers. I'm not giving no one publisher 17 in it should have had $5.99. Listen, I love Rainbow Six. That's my jump off. But I will buy it before I do this. Y'all don't release enough games in a year to justify that price. And I'm not saying it's a lot of money. I'm saying I'm not willing to do it to a publisher. Game Pass, even PlayStation Premium is better than that.
A lot of those games are on heavy sales too.
Yo,
heavy
listen,
sales.
a multitude of games and variety. First person, fighters, RPGs, JRPGs, action games, indie games. And I'm going to give Ubisoft $18 a month to play Ubi games. Anybody that do that, you done fell and bumped your goddamn head. That is crazy. It's not, listen, like Amazon Luna, same thing. I'm not paying a developer per channel to stream it on your service. You want to play 2K games? $8.99. You want to play Ubisoft games? $11.99. By the time you finish adding, it's like having a cable bill. You want Cinemax, Showtime, Hulu, or whoever else. Nah, it's not financially. It doesn't make sense. So they can kick rocks with that.
I'm actually gonna take that from there and run with it a little bit. Like, I own a ton of these Ubisoft games already.
That's facts.
And a lot of them you can find on sale like once a month, maybe every other month. You could find a deep sale on a lot of these games. I'm wondering if they're gonna pull games from Game Pass that are Ubisoft currently, like Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. I wonder if they're gonna pull those games and do a Disney Plus.
But even if they did, right? I don't care. I buy Ubisoft.
Exactly.
I buy
Exactly.
Ubisoft games. You ain't forcing nobody to do anything.
100%. If they take, like, I own the games from Ubisoft I want to play. Like, I'm not gonna not buy them if I want to play it. But if someone's like on the fence about Far Cry and they take it off of Game Pass and say, now come subscribe to our thing, they're like, well, guess I'm not playing Far Cry. That's it for that.
Or I guess I'm gonna buy it because you might as well, as little that they lease games yearly, you better off buying that game that they don't do more than 2 releases a year. When the last time they released a game? Valhalla? What else? So I'm gonna keep giving you money when you ain't releasing jack crap.
I mean, they do have that, like, they do have that game where you throw the ball on the hoop and you're skating.
What is that?
What? Oh, hold on. They released a game that I barely played. The mountain biking and all this.
Oh, yeah.
I spent money on that. I got that.
I bought that. And I put it down. Not because it ain't good. It had issues.
I haven't played it since I bought it.
You see? So why am I giving you $18 a month? Why?
That's
you know why? Service. You know why they want you to give $18 a month? Because they financially hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Canceling games, laying people off. I know what to do. Subscriptions. Let's get it. No, y'all don't release nowhere near amount of games for nobody to be subscribed to your service. People are like, oh my God, Ubisoft Plus is on Xbox. So what? Who cares? It costs more than Game Pass too.
Which is insane. Which is insane. It's insane. You have not just a few, but hundreds of less games.
Yo, this is crazy.
And yeah, it's just like, how?
You know what they should have did?
I'm gonna go. What's up?
You know what they should have did? They should have cut a deal with Xbox and took that guaranteed money. They should have took that. Yo, listen, let's cut a deal. If you give us this monthly, we'll take that because that's more than what you're gonna get. I guarantee you.
So
nobody's gonna be bragging about Ubisoft Plus on Xbox as a gamer.
No, absolutely not. But here's a quote from what they said. They said, "We haven't necessarily seen that this market has reached the maximum opportunity here," Tremblay said. It's still fairly new across the board that we have subscription offers, even from Xbox or other partners out there. It's to me, it's a little weird because it's just like, if you thought that, then why did you get on PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra? Your messaging isn't making any sense right now. And a ton of your games are already in Game Pass. Some of your best games are already in Game Pass. And it's just like, so what are you really thinking here? Like how is this more beneficial for more? Sure. But like,
that's what.
But as you said, Lemon, I think they should have maybe played the long game here and continued to put their stuff into Game Pass and get that money from them like they're currently doing with Sony. Like, what? Why wouldn't you want to do that with with obviously the most, in my opinion, quality subscription service in gaming right now? You're going to try to flex up against that on their own platform and cost more money. That is insanity, in my opinion.
You know what's going to happen next? Being that they so desperate, because this is desperation. They're going to be the next company to be bought.
Probably.
And at a bargain price, like Microsoft got ABK.
Probably.
Bargain price.
Most likely. There's like it. You're doing it backwards. You're coming to Xbox's platform and charging more for a service that's way better. Like Game Pass is so astronomically better than Ubisoft Plus.
No, say that punch word, brother. Say they service is inferior.
It is. It truly is.
That's what it is.
It's like, why would you do that? That seems like it would be bad. Like, no, first of all, no one's going to sign up for this. And if they do, then it's going to be like 10, 20, 30 people, whatever that, and it's like, that's also bad PR for you. I would think that's bad PR for you. I'm charging more than my competitor that has a way better service and way more games. I'm charging more.
Games.
That just seems like, just put your games in Game Pass. Smart. That would be smart. But like Lemon said, that they must be desperate. But I'm thinking if they're desperate, then why not do this guaranteed thing?
Yeah.
The thing that's guaranteed to work. I don't know.
Look at EA, right? EA ended up jumping onto the service. Like, granted, EA's offering was around before Game Pass started, but they ended up adopting it. They shifted into it, and I would argue, I'm sure EA sees way more return on investment on that situation. And granted, I mean, they're also not being greedy, like Ubisoft is trying.
Yeah, they think it was $30 a year.
Fresh. Yeah,
30.
Yeah, like you charge me 30 for a full year on that service, like, yeah, like that makes sense. And they had a good diverse portfolio. Ubisoft can't even say that at this point. Most of the games are always the same build.
Didn't they just cancel like 10 games?
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
canceled
last
a bunch of games, and then
you put out a service.
And they're doing crunch in Ubisoft Paris right now, and they are hating it.
Listen,
for like Just Dance or something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever's running that company, find your nearest skyscraper and jump.
Oh my God, this man's out of pocket.
You can't be serious. What do you think? We stupid? You think people don't know what's going on with your company? You just did all this craziness with canceling games, and you put out a service for $18. What are you offering?
Where's Skull and Bones?
Yep.
Where's Skull and Bones? Where's the Prince of Persia?
What is that?
Exactly. Where is it? Where's Prince of Persia?
They are Skull and Bones. That's it. You open the casket, that's all you see. Skull and Bones. They almost dead, man. It's over.
Splinter Cell. Like, there's so
Where's
many
the games we asked for?
Yeah. There's so many missed opportunities, and I think
cow.
Realistically, you guys will probably do the same thing that I do. Is just like what 108 was saying. Is like, I'll buy the games I know I'm going to put a bunch of time into, but if it's one that I'm not certain about, I'll give you a month. I'll pay you for a month of your service. I'll jump on. I'll play the game. If it's good, then maybe I'll buy it. But if not, I'm out $18 instead of 70. So,
$18 could go to Chinese food.
the greed is messy. I don't know.
This is crazy.
I think they're in a bad spot, and doing this does not fix that. Like, if you want to see more financial gain, you put it in there at a decent price in Game Pass or just included, and then you're going to actually get that traction.
It should be like a $3 upgrade to Game Pass.
Yeah,
in my opinion, this should be like $18.99 for Game Pass to get this EA Play and Xbox first party
and I still
games.
wouldn't do it. What you done for me lately?
But what I'm saying is that's a better deal. That makes sense. This does not.
That's true.
I'd rather upgrade, especially once like if Ubisoft gets back on their feet it'd be fantastic. But what they did, in my opinion, is tell me, yo, even if we get back on our feet, it's gonna be a while till we can give you, or it'll be never, in my opinion, that they'll give me something that Game Pass can offer. It'll be never. I mean, Game Pass is. You're telling me that this is worth $18, but I can literally get cash through the app on Xbox. I can literally pay for new games through Xbox with their rewards program. I'm not getting anything. I can stream games off of my off of the Xbox stuff. I can do all this stuff for this $15. Ubisoft, you give me a lot of games that I already have or played or already passed on for more money than Game Pass per month, and literally nothing more. It's kind of disheartening, and it's rough to look at, because it's just like, why are you here? Why are you here? You're offering nothing. Why are you here?
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. We know E3 got canceled, right? Bad situation, right? But when they said Ubisoft and Konami wasn't going, who gave a damn?
Yeah.
Who cared? Nobody did. Konami ain't got nothing to show either. Like, imagine them coming out with a service. What you gonna sell me? Castlevania for 5,000 times? What? You gotta have product to sell people. I own all the Assassin's Creeds. And I love Rainbow Six. One of my favorite shooters of all time. I've been playing it since PC before it hit Xbox. I'm not giving you $18 a month. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, Lemon, I like the South Park games. I like Far Cry.
Yes,
I
own them.
I like the early. I like the Ghost Recons all the way up until Breakpoint.
Yes.
I love the Ghost Recon games. But I own like all of those games.
Right.
And I bought a lot of those games. I bought Breakpoint for $10.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than 1 month of Ubisoft Plus.
There's so much.
I got Fractured Butthole for $15.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing?
There's so much that Ubisoft needs to do to make this worth $18. Like, Ubisoft basically needs to, first of all, not be failing. Second of all, they need to have, like, you need to start buying companies like Take-Two. You need to start putting stuff like that. Like,
Listen,
you gotta start doing big stuff. No, they can't.
Barely
no,
keeping the lights on.
No, they can't. But that's what they have to do. If they're out of their mind charging $18 if they're not doing stuff like that. You're out of your mind.
I don't like to discredit my content creators, but y'all buffoons. I watched several videos and y'all was bragging. Y'all obviously don't think before you speak. As a gamer, this is dumb. Listen, I don't tell people what to do, but I'm going to say this. If you buy this, unfriend me, because you have no sense. Unfollow me, unfriend me, block me, because you are the people they want, the dummies. Because people that got sense is like, are you bugging? That's nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Game Pass. If it was $5.99, I'm jumping in circles. That's a good price. Yep. $18. And if you got Game Pass and you buy this, yeah, you definitely should be slapped.
EA Play has Madden and stuff in it, and they're still continuously putting out games.
Yes. Yeah. And it's $30. If you
don't have if you want to just get EA Play, isn't EA Play just like $5?
No, it's $30 for the year. 30 for the year.
For the year, though.
29. I was a subscriber, and when I canceled it, I said, "No, man, I'm not playing that many EA games, right? I'm really not. They don't release a lot. That was $30
for a
EA
whole
releases
year.
more games than Ubisoft. They publish more games than Ubisoft, and their service was $29.99 plus tax. Are you serious? Who was in that boardroom and said, "Yo, this is great. This is what we should do, Joey"? Are you serious? This is disgusting. They think we stupid. I'm glad y'all respect my dollar, because y'all not getting it. Yeah,
All right, man, that was fantastic. Anybody have any parting notes on this topic before we move on to the next one? Because
I ain't
I feel
buying
like
Final Fantasy 16 because they say racist comments. I'm done. I ain't
oh my
buying that either.
goodness.
Yep.
I think
Nailed
I
it.
think
You
the
don't respect
only
me, don't respect my dollar.
I think the only
Nailed
thing
it.
I'd say, right, is like the Ubisoft back in the day. Sure. Yeah, I'll pay you more for that service.
Yes,
Ubisoft nowadays, that's a foolish endeavor.
facts.
That's all I'll say.
Back in the days, they was hitting on all cylinders. Now they got a flat tire with no car engine. Get your ass out of here.
Back when they had 4 or 5 games a year.
Right.
When they were turning and burning those things on a regular basis, sure. But you show
Diverse
me,
games,
like you
too.
were saying. Yeah. Yeah, and you show me, like you were saying, you cancel 10 games, and then you have the stones to come over to me and be like, I'm gonna charge you $18 for half a game. No,
Over $180
no.
a year. Over.
Yeah.
That's
You don't release 2 games a year, but you want us to give you over $180 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is fantastic.
right.
This has been a very spicy
Oh
episode so
my
far, and I'm absolutely
God.
loving it. We got 32 people watching right now. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you
Ooh,
haven't yet.
nice.
Hit subscribe. Welcome to TSWS Gaming. Thank you so much for you guys coming. But let's go on ahead and head on to the next topic. The next topic, which is Suicide Squad. If you haven't heard yet, has officially delayed themselves until February 2024. It was previously dated for late May, I believe the 26th of May. So what do you guys kind of think about this? Why do you think this game is being delayed? And I'm actually going to talk to the person that I know was kind of interested in getting this game. And I know that was you, Lemon. You were very much so looking forward to this game. And I was kind of interested in it, but I didn't want to buy it day one. That's where I was at with it. All right, and it's the same thing as Gotham Knights. I'm just like those games look really fun, but they don't scream buy now for me personally. I want to know from you, brother, where is your head at with this whole delay? What do you think that they could possibly be improving on with this?
Well, I wish, from what I've seen, I like the game. Right, I was buying it day one, as you know. Delays are good. You know what I'm saying? And if it's going to improve the game, you know, the quality of the life of the game, I prefer you to delay it, even though we anticipate it. But they just, that company, WB, just gave us a Gotham Knights. A lot of people didn't even beat it. So I'm not really pissed off about the delay. Long as Microsoft don't give no more delays. That's my answer. They the only one that can't give delays. But it's like, listen, it's a good thing. It always helps a game when they got more time to work on it. That's why I wasn't mad at Starfield. I mean, other people was, but I wasn't because Bethesda makes games that last forever. So anyway, so I wasn't mad. It's good that they delayed it. I don't know if they delayed it because of the backlash, because how can you take anybody serious in this community when they complain about everything? So that's how I took it. I don't mind a delay. It's, I could wait.
All right. Well, I'm going to move this over to somebody that had no plan on getting this at all, and that is Matt Likes Games, brother. What do you think about this whole delay? And what do you think that they could possibly be working on? Keep in mind, this game received a whole lot of backlash because of the whole Battle Pass stuff that was happening with it. Do you think that this could that possibly factored in, or was like one of the main reasons of the delay, or do you think it was possibly something else?
It's hard to say. I know when I saw it, like the emphasis on the battle pass and everything, it just kind of like my brain just kind of shut off when I saw that. I was just like, yeah, that's disappointing, but I guess expected. And then of course, like you said, the backlash they got for it. I mean, they said what they were going to delay this until late 2023 originally, and then now it's early 2024. It's like I feel like, first of all, late 2023, you were reworking some things already. Now you're going early 2024. You're reworking some stuff. Whatever that is, I don't know, but you're changing some core things about this game if you're delaying it like that. So, I mean, hopefully I thought I heard they were going in there to like possibly remove the always online requirement. was one of the reasons. I could be wrong about that. I thought I saw something on that. I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, that would be something that's definitely welcome. People do not like that. The same thing. I mean, we'll talk about that game later, but same thing for Redfall. People don't like that. They said they're going to work on removing that from that game as well. So that could be one of the reasons. But I mean, I don't know, man. That battle pass just really, it hurt to look at. It hurt to look at.
I tell you what, seeing Shark Bro up in a Superman costume just made me kind of cringe a little bit. Like I'm like skins are skins, and I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But I if I seen that in the store, that's one thing I'm clowning on. Not to say that the game's bad or anything, or shouldn't come out or whatever. I mean, even if it had it, I you know what it is to what is it to me? I'm not gonna buy it. I just seen that and it made me cringe. Just like when I turn on 2K almost every day and I play that game, the microtransaction options showing Lil Yachty doing a dunk. Get the fuck out of here! I'm never gonna buy that. like
fucking between his legs.
Never mad with a battle pass, right? Because it's always an option to buy it.
Absolutely.
I play games religiously that have battle passes.
Yeah, I bought the COD battle pass. I'll
Battlefield
for a battle pass. Yeah.
Call of Duty. I don't even care about that. But I don't know, man. These companies is crazy. I think these companies is bugging. They just looking for anything. Get your money by any means necessary, and you have to, like I said, as gamers, I can't do what Ham do. I'm a day one dude. I don't never wait for sales. Black Friday come, I don't never buy nothing for gaming, right? Because I just go out there and I just buy, right? I need to adopt Ham Solo's way and stop giving these companies my money.
Well, I learned from Mr. Everborn that comes out here and says, never buy a game day one, because you get more value out of it when you wait. And a great example of that is Callisto Protocol. I bought it day one, beat it.
See, I love
fairly
that
quick.
Game.
But
you thought it was okay.
I thought it was okay, but I tell you what, I went back and played it, and I was like, wow, they really did go back and fix all of this stuff. But I'm sitting here feeling bamboozled because I gave them full price, and other people are paying less than that and getting a better product, and it's bullshit.
I mean, there's two ways about that, right? I'm a day one guy, and I felt bamboozled with Sonic. That shit still got popping right in your face. I ain't touched that game since, and I asked everybody who played.
The rain looks terrible in that game.
Did they fix what rain?
The rain in Sonic, it looks.
What rain?
Oh, okay.
You think that's rain? I thought my TV was broke. I ain't think that was rain. But it's like, look, man, I'm not waiting for Call of Duty to go on sale. I'm a day one dude. Certain games I'm gonna be day one. You know, I wouldn't have ran out there and bought Hi-Fi Rush day one. It's a great game, but I wouldn't have ran out and bought that. But anything major, Diablo 4, $100 edition. Yeah. I'm in there. I'm not waiting for that. I mean, people who wait, listen, I'm not mad at you. But certain games, I ain't going to be sitting there watching everybody on my friends list playing. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to wait. Nah.
So you all talking about wanting to adopt my thing, and then you're sitting there also
I said certain games, but listen, I'm going to start doing what you're saying with games that don't pique my interest.
Oh, I feel
like if I'm going to wait on 2K because I hate 2K23. I hate it.
That's fair.
So the next one, y'all ain't giving me money because y'all keep doing the same things. Y'all burning me. And I keep buying. And I'm always the one to preach, speak with y'all wallets. You know what I'm saying? So
as much as they like to change the shooting physics and stuff like that, or like the shooting mechanics in 2K and stuff like that, I feel like when they come out with a new 2K, they need to have
you got to learn it.
Like they need to have like a free play weekend or something like that, because there's no way
they used to release demos.
Yeah. Right. They did. They used to do that.
They stopped that
every year.
You know what?
The Prelude
2K
thing
needs competition. Somebody need to come and kick them in their teeth.
Yes.
because they doing whatever they want to us. Same thing Madden
They're
was
doing
doing
the
for
Madden.
years until the sales fell off. Now Madden is where it need to be, and they work hard. But 2K, I'm a veteran. I'm excellent at the game. I can't shoot the ball. We got a problem. If I can't shoot, I got a problem. 2K is a ripoff. They selling boxes to you, slippers, paintings on the wall in your house.
You can buy.
You want to talk
Gatorade for your
microtransactions?
player.
Dudes walking around with bling bling on.
Feels like we're back in PlayStation Home days.
Yo, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a good idea till they tried to get us. I thought it was awesome going to your house and chilling now. I felt like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm gonna take. I swear to you, Ham, I'm gonna take up the Bible of Ham Solo, and I'm gonna wait for certain games. Major games, I'm never gonna wait. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Like Forza, I don't care if it was $200. I'm buying it. It just is what it is. But certain games, I'm gonna stop giving these people my money. I should have waited on that bike game. It's a fun game, but it lasted 5 minutes. I gave y'all $70 for that.
Yeah.
I'm jerking myself. I'm ripping me off. My money's valuable. Nah, I ain't doing that no more. Nah, I'm gonna wait. Y'all gonna earn my trust again. Ubisoft could jump off a building. Facts.
You're just telling everybody to jump. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Silent
Take
Cyber.
a nosedive.
Going ahead, Silent Cyber, please tell us what you think about this whole Suicide Squad delay. What do you think possibly could be fixed from what you've seen? Whether it be gameplay, battle pass, whatever. What do you think?
I think with this much of a delay at this point, there's the realization, like all the feedback they kept getting was, your game looks janky. You need to fix this. You need to get rid of. It's like they were saying with like microtransactions, with battle pass, all that type of stuff. You can, based on what you've shown me so far, you can sit on it and spin. I don't care about any of that extra content right now. And right now, I feel like every time they show me that game, I care less and less. The fact that they're delaying it as far as they are, good. You know, it sure would be awesome if some other folks took that feedback and, you know, like if your frame rate was busted, maybe you delay your game too. Maybe you release it when it's a complete product. And so fingers crossed when this game comes out, that's what we're going to see. But I don't know. I still get nervous though, right? Because this game has been in the works for a long time. So it's either that they're actually taking this feedback earnestly, they're going to actually make some good changes on it, or they hit something that was game breaking. And they're like, oh shit, we've got to fix this ASAP. And we don't have the time for it. So, you know, I want to be positive. I want to hope that they're taking the feedback. I want to hope that the game will be good and we'll enjoy it. But I always get a sneaking suspicion that there's extra stuff going on in the background, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you never really know. They didn't come out and say anything in particular that I know of that they're going to be fixing or implementing, or maybe not
Oreo stop.
any more implementing. But yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of tweaks and stuff that they made, but we won't really know that until coming close to next year, if not even until next year. So I want to move on to this last topic before we get into the real meat and potatoes of this episode. And the next one I wanted to talk about was Microsoft's Sarah Bond saying that the future of Xbox, it's not really about any one acquisition. I'm going to stop right there, and I just want you to tell me where your head's at when you hear a statement like that.
It's about multiple acquisitions. That was her direct quote, right? Not about any one acquisition.
Yeah,
So,
it just said it's not about any one acquisition. Pretty much saying like this Call of Duty acquisition isn't it, but it's also not like saving or doing any particular thing when it comes to like the longevity of Xbox, if I'm reading into that correctly.
Yeah. Well, the future of Xbox is like, obviously you've got the Xbox itself, but like Microsoft at this point, they have the hardware. They want mobile. Like they want mobile. And like mobile doesn't excite me. Probably doesn't excite you or really anyone here for the most part. But that's what they want. They also need, they want and need a PC launcher. That's something that they could possibly get with this acquisition of ABK, because they've got the BattleNet launcher. It's stuff like that that is the future for making big profit for Xbox as a thing. It's that kind of thing. Because obviously we're gonna play like, they'll make Hellblade, we'll play it, we love that stuff. But like the casual, regular, average gamer who just picks up a phone or a Switch or whatever, it's like they're looking for mobile stuff. They probably have a PC, maybe a laptop or something they play a game on every now and then. But like that's where they're looking to really get their money from. And I feel like this is kind of the first part. This is like the first step towards all of that. So like a line of acquisitions, I guess you should say.
So before I go over to Lebanon Silent Cypher, and I'm just gonna bring you back to where we currently are right now, Lemon. Microsoft Sarah Bond on the future of Xbox says it's not really about any one acquisition, and then she also went to quote and say, and I haven't read this yet. We've been very clear about our commitment to have our first party portfolio shipping to Game Pass day and date. We understand that people really value that, but it's also about diversity of content. It's not really about any one acquisition. It's about the depth and breadth of the portfolio all up. From big triple A to indie to hidden gems. That's actually what makes Game Pass really valuable. Excuse me, Ubisoft Plus. Sarah Bond just came outside and let everybody know. I want to know now from you, Silent, since you were kind of here for Matt's portion while Lemon was getting himself situated. I
got that sushi.
Hey, man, all right. Do your thing, brother. What do you think about this whole statement that was said by Sarah Bond?
Dude, I'm excited. I think this means I'm gonna get a whole bunch of Candy Crush achievements moving forward. That's what this tells me. No, I don't know. This whole ActiBliz thing has always been kind of interesting from what we saw at the beginning, right? Because the panic and the constant controversy has always been about Call of Duty, right? There's so much more that comes with the ActiBliz purchase. Like, yeah, Call of Duty is a thing, sure. There's a lot there. And I do like the way she phrases it, because she does kind of give a little bit of leeway, right? Like it's that PR trick, right? Of it's not about one specific acquisition, or like, we're not focused on one ... We're focused on them all. Like you could read between the lines and see some other things that come of this. Do I think it's going to happen immediately, especially with the crap that they have dealt with ActiBliz? I don't know about that, but I don't know. I like the idea of them focusing on more of it, and at least reassuring people it's not just on one specific focus, right? Like they're trying to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, is what they're saying.
Gotcha. All right. I'm ready to hear from Lemetheus about his thought processes when he hears something like this come from the woman, the myth, the legend that is Sarah Bond. Because she's out here and she is not messing around. She's everywhere. She's very much everywhere. She was just at the BAFTAs as well. She is everywhere. She's all up in it. So let me hear what you got to say about it. Lemon.
All right. When you go to a job interview and they ask you for what? A resume, right? What makes you attractive to a company? Experience or what you have on that paper, right? The more jobs you have and showing a commitment to working, a resume speaks for itself. I come in there, got one job on my paper. They're going to take Ham over me. They're going to take any one of y'all over me that have more experience or their portfolio looks nicer. With what she's saying about bringing games day and date, it makes Game Pass sexy. It makes you want to be around Game Pass. It makes you want to be part of Game Pass. It makes you say, my $15.99, even if they raise it to $20, Game Pass Ultimate is worth it because of the variety, the quality of games. I hear people saying that hate, oh, y'all don't got no big games in there. Everything first party is day and date. We got AAA games in there. We got AA. You want to kill yourself with indies all day? You got a dose for everybody. All acts of life of gaming is in Game Pass. And with these acquisitions, Game Pass gets more sexier. Imagine when this deal go through and they drop like they did with Bethesda. Every damn Bethesda game dropped in there. Everybody was like, oh, let me download. Which thing gonna happen when Call of Duty go in there? And all these other titles. It's gonna make Game Pass more sexy. And that makes you want to spend your money because you're happy as a gamer. That's it. It's simple. Variety.
And you know, hearing that statement and thinking about the current, you know, and we're about to jump into this topic now. So the current thing that's kind of going on with Redfall and everything like that, where everyone's disappointed and they have all this doom and gloom for Xbox, acting like as if they're gonna like a sinking ship or something like that. I understand Redfall may have made you frustrated, irked you, or anything like that, but let's not pretend like once Activision actually is purchased that Xbox isn't again crushing it all over again. You guys will forget everything about Redfall once this acquisition goes through. No one's going to be talking about Redfall anymore. No one's going to be bitching about anything. No one's going to be worried about 30 FPS for Starfield when they can turn on Game Pass and play Call of Duty. Like, no one's going to complain about that kind of stuff. But I do want to get into the 30 FPS Redfall thing. The whole, you know, that was the what do you want to call it? Thumbnail of today's show. So yeah. Let's get into that. So Redfall has been announced, and I think it was like, what was it, on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
actually, it was Wednesday. Was it yesterday?
Wednesday.
No, it was Wednesday. Oh my God, today's Friday.
No. It was all over the place. It was Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
The air up there is light. You got to come down with the regular people.
It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Okay, so they came out with this news saying that it's going to be on console 30 FPS, and they are working on a 60 FPS to come out later on down the line. I'm gonna go on ahead with my take first, just to kind of kick this off. In my opinion, I look at this and I'm like, yo, I've been super duper excited to play this game day one. I'm still going to play this game day one, but I went from a mindset of I'm jumping off the high dive and doing a cannonball into this game to now I'm a little timid and I'm toe dipping in there and seeing how it is, because the messaging around it, in my opinion, is we were almost done, but not quite. And we have something that is the most valuable that's in like in my opinion. And this is my opinion, because some people like Lemon are really into like high fidelity and graphics and all that stuff. So I'm not discounting everybody on this, but in my opinion, for me, the best part of that game is not coming first. And that's weird. And we just got done talking about how games seem to be more valuable later than it is day one. Now, keep in mind, this game is coming into Game Pass, so the barrier of entry is very, very much easier than a game like, I don't know, like Forspoken or something like that coming out not really as attractive as it should have been. Right? So
you said the name wrong. It's called For Broken.
Okay. There you go. So in my opinion, it just kind of irks me a little bit that you delayed it a year. So I'm curious as to what you were planning on giving me last year, because now you are saying, we're coming out, and you're still saying that, hey, we're not giving you 100% of this. We're giving you 75. And if you look at Xbox so far this generation, they did the exact same thing with Halo. But let's not just hold Xbox to the flame on this. Other games from other companies are missing content as well. Let's talk about Naughty Dog with The Last of Us as well. It's missing factions.
For like 2 years.
It's been missing factions for quite some time, and I'm not trying to shove this blame over to everything. I'm just saying, let's look at the big picture. Games are regularly coming out not finished, and it's disheartening. So I want to actually go to the person that's really into fidelity more than they are with the whole FPS thing. And I want to hear what Lemon has to say on this whole topic first.
Okay. I'm going to insult some gamers out here, and I don't really care, because I'm a gamer. So you don't like what I say? Oh, well. You dudes want fidelity, right? Y'all want performance mode. When I play video games, and there's a fidelity mode, which is resolution, and then there's a performance mode. If I'm playing by myself, I'm playing 30, because I want the best graphics possible. I want this game to take advantage of my 8K TV. But for you dudes out here on Twitter, talking about this like it's the end of the world, like you have the greatest surround sound system, the best TVs, because a lot of y'all are capping. And y'all fronting. Y'all walk into Best Buy, y'all get that TV off the floor for $299. But you want the games to be superior. But you ain't willing to spend superior money to support those games. You ain't willing to spend money for great TV. You want to get a TV. I'm not going to destroy Redfall for being 30 frames. Multiplayer has to be 60 and better. And this is not a multiplayer game. This is a co-op game. It's no PvP. I love 120 frames. I spent the money to get a TV to do 120 frames. What I'm saying is, they announced we will be releasing a patch later for performance mode. They didn't do what Gotham Knights did. 30 and that's it. That's it. That's all y'all getting. We live in a world of updates, firmwares, downloads, Game Plus now, that we are used to getting things later. All this fake hype, disrespect, anticipation, y'all are frauds. Gotham Knights runs fine. Where them people at today? You know why they not around no more? Because Gotham Knights then came out and people that said, who cares? The average person don't care. Stop listening to companies like Digital Foundry, because they're turning y'all into bots. If you got to zoom into something 400%, we can't see that. You zoom into anything 400%, it don't look good. Check your phone. Take a picture and zoom into it all the way up. It doesn't look good. Listen, man, stop the cap. They will, if they're telling you, we're going to give you 60 later. But I know this for a fact. If they would have came out with another delay, oh my God, the internet would have erupted. It would have been another problem. Instead of y'all crying, you just play the game. And if you don't want to play it, wait for the patch. But stop trying to ruin it for everybody else with y'all complaining and whining. I seen one dude tweet 20 times about the same damn thing. We heard you the first 10 times. You're not that angry. Not once did he say I'm not playing it. You just want to be heard. You want a shoulder to cry on. This is not the worst thing in history. If they brought out Forza Motorsport 8 at 30 frames, we got a problem. Not no damn game that's a new IP, which y'all don't even know if you're gonna like yet. Stop the cap. It's ridiculous out here. I never seen a group of gamers in the last 4 years complain about everything. They show you Suicide Squads, y'all got y'all handkerchiefs. Oh, it is great. Oh, I don't believe this. Are you serious? Come on, man. Come on. Y'all ruining it. Y'all ruining gaming. Gaming's supposed to be fun. Yes, you're supposed to want better. You're supposed to. I'm not knocking it. But don't go out there and talk about performance mode and you got a $399 TV. Stop the cap. Stop. Anyway,
all right, well, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to strike back a little bit on that one.
It's okay.
I gotta strike back a
we
little
ain't
bit
all
on
supposed to agree around here.
And here's why. Here's why. I understand that 30 FPS is gonna be around. That's not the problem. The problem is when you come out and make statements and then it comes to not be exactly true.
Are you
when
talking
you
about Aaron Greenberg?
When you not just Aaron Greenberg, when you advertise it on the Xbox store that you're going to be getting this, and then it's like, oh, not exactly. They went to the length of taking it off of the Xbox store.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Would you want
hold
to
on?
delay
I'm
the
not
game?
done yet. Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and answer that question. Yeah, I'm fine with them delaying that.
You think they could afford that right now as a company?
They're Microsoft, yeah.
Yes.
No, I ain't talking about financially. I'm talking about publicly.
Yes.
You think
Yes.
they want to say
Yes, with it being arcane, not, and I'm gonna use the same analogy I've heard Matt use. With it being arcane and not Call of Duty, not being something so massive that it can come out jank or come out in a bad light and still succeed easily. Something that will get purchased regardless. This game isn't that.
I was willing to take that L. They just postponed. They just pushed back Starfield, bro.
They pushed
back both of them simultaneously. They pushed back
no date for Forza. It would be a public disaster if they pushed this game back. Disaster.
It's already a disaster.
No, it's only a disaster for the complaining people. People that keep talking about it.
Can I push back on that point? Just that one point. Because like I get what you're saying, but coming at this, like, I don't know about how you guys feel about Arcane. Arcane's my favorite developer, period.
I love them too.
All time. So like I look at the games Arcane makes. Arcane doesn't make, like Ham was just saying. I thought like they're not making Call of Duty. They're not making the most popular game in the world. They never have. They probably never will. This is their first shot at making something that has a wide appeal to everybody. All their marketing up to this point for this game, every trailer, dude, they released a trailer. I did a video on this. I put it out today. They released a video trailer for REDFALL the day after announcing that it was 30 FPS at launch at 60 FPS. Like they're constantly putting out trailers 60 FPS. The only trailer that wasn't 60 FPS was the official reveal trailer, and that's just CGI. We get it. Like everything they've shown was 60 FPS. Now people got that in their heads, then they're like, oh, so at launch it's not gonna be the thing they've been showing me this whole time. And then that puts, like, for me as someone who's an Arcane fan, that puts like, it's hard for me to tell you to check out Arcane's next game. As hyped as I'm gonna be, like, I'll play it day one. It comes out May 2nd. I'm playing it day one. I'll play it on my Xbox. I'll play it on my PC. I don't care. It does not bother me. I'll play it. It's just like, I want to be able to tell people to, check out Arcane's next game, or go back and check out their other stuff. I want to be able to do that, but it's hard when they have this bad taste in their but it's hard when they have this bad taste in their mouth from all this stuff, and they're like, isn't that the developer who just lied to us and is still lying to us? It makes it difficult to suggest that to them. And it's like, I'd rather them delay. But here's the whole thing. I thought about this. It's like they say a patch at a later date. What does that mean? What's a later date? Does that mean, 4 days later we'll have 60 FPS? Or is that like a few months? What are we talking about? Like if it's 4 days, then yeah, it's like if it's 4 days, then it's like, I guess I get it. Don't delay if it's 4 days. I get it. But it's like if it's like 2-3 months, then just make it the summer game. Put it in July. Like there's tons of games coming out right now. There's no shortage of stuff to play.
You're optimistic, and your way of thinking is how we all should think. I believe in what you said, but that's not the world we live in.
I get it.
That is not the world we live in. You know, if they would have delayed this game,
they would have got shit for it.
People would have destroyed Microsoft.
As long as they don't surpass Skull and Bones, I ain't tripping.
Because of this.
That already happened for this.
That's already happened. Like you already
in a situation like this, then just delay it. You can't have it both ways. Also, side note on this, you can't have it both ways and say if they released this at 30, it's no big deal. If they delayed it, then they'd get torn into. But then you say that it's a small game, it's a new IP, so it doesn't really matter as much. You can't, so now the new bar is that new IPs, because they're a new IP, it doesn't have to be 30 frames per second. It doesn't have to have that quality.
No, that's not.
Like
that
doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
But the other thing that I want to note with, and shout out to my brother Sour in the chat. He made a comment, Lemon, would you be happy if your sushi came with didn't come with all the ingredients that you asked for?
I gotta bring up my food. You know what?
And he's got a good point because
no.
The DoorDash guy is coming back with the fish.
Just like what Matt was saying. Hold on.
All right, my bad.
Just like Matt was saying, right? It's one of those things where it's like they literally just released a trailer with 60 frames per second. Get your communication straight. Get your advertising straight. Pull your head out of your ass and make this game the game that you promised.
Yes.
That's all it is.
That's why I don't even think it's like an Arcane issue. Arcane knows it needs 60. Like they know that. They're not stupid. Like they get that. I think this is Microsoft. This is like advertising of Microsoft. This is a problem they have is messaging. It's like, we're going to do this for you. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do this for you. It's not quite ready yet, but we're going to do it for you. We'll give it to you early, but it's not quite ready yet, but just bear with us and it'll be there. It'll be fine. It's like that you can only do that once, maybe twice, but after a while, it's like, okay, I get it. Tough to make a game probably, but come on, what are we doing here? Can you not lie to me? Just be honest.
The promises only get you so far too. Because look at Halo Infinite. We promise we'll have your couch co-op to you. It's coming in the next season. It's coming, and then you cancel it. So how can I go out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that 60 frames per second mode, and trust them with the recent situations that happened? Play the game.
I don't know how they're such a big company and they're managed so poorly. At one thing, they're hitting all bells and whistles, and then at one point, you're horrible in this situation. Even with advertising Game Pass in certain countries, after speaking to people online, and they be like, they don't even advertise Game Pass here.
Yeah.
What? That should be on billboards. Yeah. It should be everywhere. You should be spreading the news. So I agree with you. Listen, it's not that I'm not telling people don't complain. But you can't go on for days about it. Like, come on, it's not the worst thing. There's people that can't eat. They're just over dramatic. That's who I'm talking to, the over dramatic people. Anybody that wants 60 frames, I respect you because I agree. But I'm just talking about the people who just shut up already. Jesus Christ. We're going to talk about this all day, every day for the next.
I want to point that out for you, Lemon. I want to point that out for you, Lemon, because I started out this conversation with people acting like this is like the end of Xbox, right? Because of this game, and I want to say that you are valid in that in that space where it's just like you guys are overblowing it.
It's too much,
and because people are starting to say, oh, but once Call of Duty gets taken over by Xbox, it's going to be Lionhead Studios situation, And when's Arcane gonna shut down now? And it's just like, dude, they just bought them. They're not gonna shut them down, even if they have a rough come out for a game. Like, let's keep it a fucking buck right now. Fallout 76, where is it at now compared to when it came out?
Where's Halo at compared to when it came out? And Halo shot well, played well.
It's still sitting on the bench.
Not 500,000 people a month are playing Halo. Those are facts. People just keep saying Halo is not being played. That don't make that a fact because people say it. 500,000 plus a month is playing Halo. That's a fact. Because a lot of people don't listen to this crap we talk about. They just want to play the game. Now, I'm a Halo. That's my favorite game. And I'm going to tell you this. It had lack of maps and content. Facts. That was about it, though. The game shot better than 99% of the games on the market. It damn sure shot better than my beloved Battlefield, which you shoot people and people wasn't dying. It didn't have those problems. Had lack of maps and content. Facts. They are not that same people today. People say, oh, don't release. I'm not playing no Coach Kawhi. I'm selfish. My TV is for me. I don't want to sit next to you no more. This is not GoldenEye. This is not Halo on OG Xbox. We got live. Go your ass home. Go on your system. Let's join up in the game. So when people's crying about split screen, who the hell playing split screen? Let's be real here. Who? Anybody in this? You play split screen?
Yeah.
With your child?
I have a kid that I sit there.
Right.
And
I knew it.
Infinite with.
Right. You see? I knew it. A child. Got you.
What is it? How is that a valid?
Oh, because
negative?
I knew it was a child because that's a bonding moment with your child, and
so you're
in the same house.
Bonding moments aren't a good thing.
No. I'm a single father. Trust me, I'm a single dad.
So why is couch co-op not an important thing if you promise it?
Because I'm talking about playing with y'all. Y'all don't want me coming to your house playing next to you. We'd rather be online talking trash on Xbox.
Come over here. We can have a beer. We can play some couch
I'm just
co-op.
saying,
I don't mind.
it's not a common thing no more. Everybody got their own internet, own TVs, and services.
It's not a common thing anymore. Doesn't mean that we need to put it to the side.
No, I didn't. No, I don't want you to put it to the side. I'm just saying the importance. People made it like it was like if this happened on the SNES or the Genesis or the OG Xbox and it ain't got split screen, I could say you're right. Not today. No, nobody hardly does that.
I get what Lemon's saying here. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I think the reason people are really upset about that situation is because Bonnie Ross got up on stage and said, we'll never do that again. We will never ship a game without couch co-op again. And not only did they ship the game, they promised that they would have it at a later date. And then they said, you know what? Yeah, we can't do that. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what was more mad because they promised something and they didn't get it.
Yeah, that's why I was upset because I don't.
Yeah, that's
like,
the key.
I'm with Lemon really. I'm not playing couch co-op really with anybody.
Me either.
But the idea that it's there, that it's even a possibility, is like it's pretty cool. It's cool, but like you promised it. You said you were going to get it to us at launch. You didn't. You said it'll come later. It didn't. Then you said it's canceled. And it's like, okay. I guess forget it then, I guess.
So Phil should be fired because he promised VR.
Did Phil promise VR? Oh my god.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did on stage. Or like
Damn.
in the middle of the crowd, really. I mean, he was he was talking in like the walkway to like
ain't nobody mad about that today.
Oh man.
No, probably not. I'm not mad at it.
So we are selective what we want to be pissed at.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
He surely said that.
Absolutely, sure. Lemon, but there's certain things that like VR is brand new. Couch co-op has been there from the start. And to not bring it is like saying it's kind of saying fuck yesterday, we're here now.
Yeah. It's like,
and it's kind of hard to swallow.
It's like I don't have childhood experiences with Halo and VR. You know? But I do have couch co-op experiences with Halo from childhood.
We all have couch.
Yeah, for
couch
sure.
co-op.
For sure.
I used to play Top Gear, Super NES, all day.
Yeah.
4-player split screen. I get it. but it's not a common thing anymore.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's really not. And like I said, people in this community, they just keep dragging it like it's so important. It's really not.
The only
It
thing
used
that's
to be.
important is the messaging. It's not that specific
Right.
thing. It's
Right.
just like,
Right.
don't promise and don't say all this stuff if you're
And don't
uncertain
come
if you can
through.
follow through.
Right. You got to follow through. Microsoft is bad. They don't follow through on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And you need to do better. You need to do better. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh man, so I want to know, everyone here, who's playing it day one, because I have been hearing, and I think
100%.
personally that this is weird, in my opinion. Like I understand standing your ground and saying what you have to say, but I think it's a little extra to say, yo, like, I'm not gonna even like I don't know. Maybe it's just me that's feeling this
Nope.
way. But
It's not.
some people are just like, I'm not turning on this game or giving this game any time of day just because they're not giving me exactly what I want. And I feel like like I get it, but it's kind of like a weird stance in my opinion, because it's still a video game, and I still and you have it on Game Pass, so it's like you were paying for that anyways. In
Yeah.
my opinion, I'm very much to the I lean more on, although this isn't coming out the way that I want, I still want to give it a try. I probably just won't stick around as long because of your messaging. I probably won't stick around as long unless it just knocks my socks off, but I'm not expecting it to do that the way I was expecting it to do before. So I've seen many people come on and just say, you know what, this is a first-person shooter. It doesn't deserve any space on my hard drive at all because it's 30 FPS. And I'm just like, like I find that kind of weird, because like one of Xbox's good games of last generation was very 30 FPS, and it's still 30 FPS now, and people were just being like, why is Quantum Break leaving Game Pass? And I'm like, dude, that game's 30 FPS.
See, you're making my point. See? They're very selective what they want to cry about. They're very selective. A Plague's Tale. Oh my God, game of the year. 30 frames. 30. All of a sudden, everybody's some super high-end dude now. Since when? You got a PC? Right, Ham? You can play that game on PC. You ain't got to go over there to console. The cap is ridiculous. It's almost scary to see how many dudes are complaining. I call them bitch babies. I understand your point. Say your point, get it off your chest. But every day I go on Twitter since this happened, it's the same people. My block button was in full effect. I don't want to, y'all capping. I seen a dude say, I'm done with Xbox. You know what I say to him? Don't bring your ass back either. Don't come back. Stay your ass wherever you gonna go. PC, Switch, stay your ass over there. It is not that serious to be.
It isn't that serious to leave a platform.
I'm done with them.
There's not one platform on this earth that has stood by everything that they said that they were going to do. There is not one platform out there. The most consistent with it as of lately seems to be Xbox. But I'm just saying, like, I'm with you on that, Lemon. Like, how the hell are you going to call yourself like, oh man, I'm a big time gamer, but one bad thing happens and you're done?
Facts.
Like, that's just kind of weird to me.
Queen.
I don't like a lot of what PlayStation does, but it didn't stop me from buying a PS5, because they still have fantastic stuff on there. You think I'm just gonna sit around and watch YouTube of other people playing a dope game? Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna go play it myself.
Game day one. Come by on my stream and tell me how bad it looks. Complain while I play and have fun. Please do that.
I've taken this, and in my head I've twisted it into a positive from my specific
thought you were gonna say
scenario
a
because
pretzel.
yeah, I twisted into a pretzel. A soft baked pretzel. But yeah, I was like, I'll play it on PC at 60, and then once they hit that 60 FPS patch, I'll play it again. I would assume there'd be some sort of new game plus, maybe. Who knows? Fingers crossed for that. But play it again on console once they have the patch. But I've got no problem playing it at 60 on my PC at launch. It's just, it would have been cool to be able to play at 60 at launch on Xbox, because that's where I prefer to play my games.
Facts.
But I will play it on PC. That's my situation. So
What you
know,
gonna play?
I'll play it day
What
one.
you gonna play with what service? PC Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Playing it on Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yep. So I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely. That's how I'm gonna play. That's how I played a Plague's. I played a Plague's Tale through Game Pass on my PC with a PlayStation controller.
the
Listen,
I
DualSense
played it the
features.
way I wanted to play it.
I want every gamer in the world to have what they want, man. But some of this shit is just y'all just doing too much. Y'all doing too much. I don't have time to complain and shit. I just want to play games and have fun. You can do the complaining enough for all of us. Guys are crazy. The sushi is good as hell.
Well, anything with that being said, I feel like we got onto Redfall enough right there. We're just looking more or less for just the messaging to be there, and not for Xbox to feel like one of the world's most richest companies has to constantly rush. You do not have to do that. You do not have to do that. You control your own narrative.
Yep.
Stop giving yourself dead ends to run into. But anyways, Matt, please, because you obviously have something important to say. What's cracking?
It's just funny. So did you see Redfall tweeted out today their latest trailer with just the caption 4K? And I thought that was so hilarious to just like lean fully into it and be like, hey, it's 4K. 4K. I thought that was hilarious.
Let me ask you a serious question, right? I said this to somebody yesterday. Bethesda, are they known for making graphical masterpiece games?
No.
Look at Starfield. When that lady is talking, she's staring at the camera and her mouth is moving. No accents in the face, no nothing. Nobody ain't talking about that either. Why? Because y'all so much of a fan for Starfield, y'all don't even care that it still has them old ass animations from the first goddamn Fallout. Nobody cares because they don't want to talk about that. But guess what? That game is going to be 30 frames. Remember, I put that clips up, and I was tagging people because Todd Howard,
the Todd Howard in a whatchamacallit interview that
he likes 30. He likes 30. Are y'all going to come out and shit on Starfield? I'll wait.
He literally said it in the interview.
Right.
Yeah,
and I tagged people who was fans. If you was a real fan and I tagged them, look what your boy just said. And I told you this. I told people in 2019 on several podcasts, 30 frames ain't going nowhere. Maybe next gen, it'll be obsolete. But it is not the default frame rate. It is not. Stop saying it should be. It's not. When you talk to a developer, it is not the default frame rate. Look at all of your content creators that play Redfall. I heard people calling out certain people's names, and I'm going to call them out. Why you ain't talk about that frame rate? Y'all always out there posting those videos, hands-on gameplay. Not one of them said anything about 30 frames. Not one. Just keep that in your thoughts. So that just happened, right here.
So I just want to also kind of keep in mind that these ZeniMax Bethesda games, like as we said with the Bethesda and all of those, like it seems like a trend for them a little bit as well. to be okay with a game just coming out and then they work on it. If you look at Skyrim, look how crazy that game's evolved through the time. Fallout now. I mean, we're getting like all these. Sure, it's a new generation with a powerful console as well, so keep that in mind. But they're constantly working on these games. It's not a, and I feel like this is Arcane's first time really getting as Bethesda as they can get. Because they're dropping this game, and as Matt just said, there's a post on Twitter of them just saying 4K, pretty much with the middle finger added to it. That is the bite back edition right there. That is the bite back. They bit back, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is them leaning into the true Bethesda of what they are, and hey, I'll give you this, and it will be phenomenal, and you will remember me. I feel like that's kind of the direction that it's going, but the audience reception isn't too keen to that in particular, because it's another situation as to where a game is coming out not completed. And that's the bottom line as fans, what we look at. Whether Bethesda has their way of doing things, whether that's right or wrong is not the question. The question is, when's this messaging going to be correct? And then also, when are these games, which is never, are going to stop coming out half-baked, three-quarters baked, a quarter baked, whatever. You know, so that's just kind of my thought process on it. Like it's just weird. It's just weird that this is the norm, because this would have never flown back in the day.
It started with 360, with what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, because of updates and patches and everything.
Right.
Yep.
So, with what game last year that you played? I want you to name one game that didn't get a patch.
Oh no! You can't do that.
Oh yes, you can.
No, you can't. You know that, Levin. You know you can't do that. You giving me an impossible question to answer, because ain't no game that I know has ever came in since at least the Xbox One generation that didn't have some sort of update come to it.
How many patches do 2K get? You play it every day. How many patches do 2K get in a month?
We're still getting patches today for the current 2K, even though they are moving over to 2K24. Like we're still getting patches. Like Hi-Fi Rush. Oh, I didn't notice my camera.
It's got a patch.
So off. Hi-Fi Rush. One of the smoothest games to drop from Xbox as of recently. This game, butter smooth on PC, butter smooth on Series S, butter smooth on Series X, plays nice on the cloud. Like, that game is still getting patches. It just got a patch, last week?
Yeah.
So, what are we supposed to do as gamers? Do we got to keep pushing this envelope of situations? Is it that serious?
RG Viper, they've got multiple patches for Hi-Fi Rush that's came out since. He said that there's never been a patch for. Yes, there has.
Yes, there has.
You probably have your console on automatic. So you didn't notice. But they literally announced the patch notes.
How many updates do Call of Duty get daily?
Oh my God! Let's not talk about Call of Duty.
I mean, hell, when
you turn on Call of Duty, it says it's updated.
Listen,
you get kicked from the multiplayer lobby.
Yes,
you jump in because there's an update.
Listen, bro, I just can't sit here and complain. I would have a heart attack.
The difference is they never promised you one thing or another as to what that update cadence was and what you were going to expect each.
That's right. That's a fact. That is 100%.
That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
no, you're right.
We're getting early with each other over it. It's like, just don't advertise something, and then not.
And then don't. Right. It's like you say your vows, and then your wife cheat on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You broke the code
at the club the next night.
Right.
Having a time with some dude named Todd.
Right.
Right.
I'm with y'all, man. I just the amount of stuff I see in here, it deflates me because I'm always a high energy guy. And if I go on Twitter and go, I ain't going on Twitter today. This is crazy. I enjoy making content. When you're annoying me and I don't know you, there's a problem. There's a problem. Sorry, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, Ham.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think right then and there I'm gonna go on ahead and start closing out of here because this has been a fantastic podcast and I don't want to drag it out.
You don't want to
too
go
much.
5 minutes more?
No,
I need five more frames.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man. There's been too many times where I've been watching podcasts and I'm just like, just hit the end. So at this point, I feel like this has been a fantastic conversation, and I really hope those of you in the chat, whether you're new or you've been here before, go on ahead, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and come back for more episodes of Bullsitting every week. We do this every Friday, and then I also have other shows going on, like Tuesday, most Wednesdays, and Thursday. Every week behind them sticks. I got Lord Cognito coming through next Thursday. It will be hype. I'm super excited. I had Mike Mullis on yesterday. It was exactly what I needed. Dude's a fantastic individual within these gaming streets. But please, let me go on ahead and do these outros for everybody so we can get out here appropriately. And I'm going to first go to our guest, 108 Dragons TV, Lemon, Mr. Lemetheus. It was a pleasure having you on here today. You spit exactly what you needed to spit out. And you know what? And I think a lot of people had some misjudgments on, how you felt about this whole 60 versus 30 thing. And that, like, it's not that it's a problem that people are complaining. It's just that some people are just going a little overboard.
They're doing the most. Facts.
So go on ahead, brother. Let everybody know where they can find you, what's going on with you in the upcoming future, yada yada. You know the deal.
All right. You can find me on 108 Dragons TV, man, where you get more rants and try to give you a good quality content. I got a tech review dropping Tuesday. And of course, my podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, The Dragon's Den. And Sunday, I'll be in the realm of the Lords with my brothers Cognito, Sav, Attic, and of course, my brother King. They're doing something special for their 300th episode. So you can check me over there also. And it was a pleasure to podcast with you guys as always, man. Y'all dudes is awesome. Y'all opinions is great, man. And yeah, people in the chat, man, man up. Stop crying. Nah, I'm just playing.
You had to throw just a little bit more shade before we got out of here. Thank you. I should have made him go last so I could have hit end stream.
I thought you was gonna make me go last.
Anyways, next up, Silent Cypher. Let them know where they can find you at, how to board your plane and take off with the Xbox International podcast. Let them know.
Right. Well, yeah. So just like what you were saying, we have our awesome little flight every Wednesday at Xbox International on the I guess it'd be the XBI podcast channel. At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we end up going in there with my friend Sour Blow, Crazy Louie. Occasionally, the Big Plume is there with us as well. He's part of the team, but he's a little busy with some work stuff. So you can catch us there. You can also catch us online at any time. We've got our Xbox profiles and gamer tags and all that stuff attached to our links. So if you ever want to play any games, we're always up for some Forza, or I know Sour would love to play some Halo 108. Just saying.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'm always with the shits.
But yeah, and you can find me all over the social medias as at Silent Cypher or Silent Cypher. I'm all over the place, mainly Twitter and TikTok recently. But
you be twerking on TikTok?
I was for a while, but I actually threw out my back a few weeks ago, so I actually have to kind of dial it down a little bit.
He threw out his back.
But things are getting better. My dancer's hip is not acting up as much anymore, so I think we're getting back to it. I think I'm gonna do some popping and locking next time. Hell yeah! But Ham, thank you so much for having me this afternoon. It was great, man.
Man, it was an absolute pleasure having you, brother. You have definitely had my back and been around here, just like 108 Dragons, man. I mean, like both of you guys, fantastic individuals. If you guys
Got you,
aren't
bro.
checking them out, following them on Twitter or checking them out on YouTube, you're missing out. I'm telling you guys, they have fantastic points of view, respectable. Lemon's a little messy, but he just keeps it real, but also respects other people's opinions as long as you ain't dragging it out and being an asshole about it.
Thanks.
But yeah, fantastic individuals. I do have I do have in the description both of their YouTube channels. So if you want to check out the Xbox International Podcast, it's a link down in the description. Same as 108 Dragons TV for Lemon and his channel. But let me go over to Matt Likes Games before I get this get closing out. Go on ahead, brother. Let them know where they can find you and what you have going on.
Yes, sir. So over on YouTube, you can find me, Matt Likes Games, videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Twitter at Matt Likes Games, I post all my thoughts over there. So that's where you can find me.
Quick, easy, and to the point. And all right, so obviously this is where you can find me every week, Tuesday through Friday, pretty much. But yeah, this has been a fantastic episode, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, Matt. As usual, I know you're a usual panel member here, but I always appreciate your takes and everything. You keep it a buck.
No problem.
Thank you, everybody in the chat that kept up with us and whatnot. But it's time for us to get out of here. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and we'll see you next week. And just to let you know, keep it gaming or keep it moving. Deuces.